Hey yo, I'm back with another video. And before I start today's video, please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. And today I want to talk about Ikram Aliskerov versus Robert Whittaker, the fight night. Hamzat Shimaev was supposed to fight with Robert Whittaker, but he had a health scare. I think he had some injury, probably food poisoning. I don't know what is going on with Hamza Shimaev, but the dude is like, I'm kind of worried about him, like as a human being, as a person, because he has had so many health scares. He has had so many health problems. And the dude is fairly young. He's like 28 or 29 or something like that, maybe 30. I don't know. He's very young, but yet, even though he's young, he's suffering from a lot of these health issues. So I'm kind of worried about it. Uh, but the show must go on, and I'm back to make certain predictions about this fight night that's going to take place in Saudi Arabia. I think this is the first time UFC is going to Saudi Arabia. Um, they're going to Riyadh. This is the first time UFC in Saudi. I may be wrong. I don't know. UFC has been to Dubai. No, they've been to Abu Dhabi a couple of times. Not just a couple of times. They've been to Abu Dhabi quite a lot now. But yes, let's start with the prediction without wasting a lot of time. Okay, the first match is going to be Long Xiao versus Cheng Ho Lee. I don't know who's going to win this fight, but Long Xiao has 26 fights. So I'm going to say he might win this fight because he has more experience. And I don't know much about Cheng Ho Lee. He might win as well. Who knows? Magomed Gajiashulov versus Branson Rivero. I have no idea who's going to win. Muin Gafurov versus Kyung Ho Kang. Again, no idea who's going to win. Rinat Fakhradinov versus Nicolas Delby. I'm going to go with Rinat Fakhradinov by a unanimous decision. I mean, he's good. I think he's undefeated in UFC. I'm not sure about it. He's 32 years old. He's he's in his prime. We can say that he's in his prime. So I think he's going to win this by a unanimous decision. Nasrat Hakparasad versus Jared Gordon. I have no idea who's going to win. Shara Magomedov versus the One-Eyed Pirate. He's like a Russian version of Michael Bisping. I think he's going to win this fight by unanimous decision against Jonathan Lutterbach. I don't know much about Jointel Lutterbeck. I've never seen this guy fight. I think this is going to be his UFC debut. I think so. Yes, this is going to be his UFC debut. So I think I'm going to go with Shara Magomedov by a unanimous decision. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. Now this is the main card that we want to talk about. Johnny Walker is going to fight against Volkan Oezdemir. I think both of them are coming from a uh, losing streak. They're both currently on a losing streak. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. Let's see who did Volkan Oezdemir beat last time. He defeated Bogdan Guskov. I have no idea about that fight. I did not watch it. He lost to Nikita Krylov, and then he defeated Paul Craig. He lost to Magomed Ankalaev. Versus Johnny Walker. I don't know who's going to win this fight. I have no idea who's going to win because they're both really bad. He lost to Magomed Ankalaev, so I don't know who's going to win this or win or lose this fight. I have no idea. In my opinion, I think Johnny Walker might win this fight, or I don't care, man. I don't care. I honestly don't know. Just pick someone. Mohamed Naimov versus Felipe Lima. Again, I have no idea who's going to win this fight. Calvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod. Calvin Gastelum looked really bad in his last fight against, who was it? Sean Brady. Sean Brady defeated him by Kimura. You don't see that many Kimura submissions nowadays in UFC. This goes to show that either Kevin Gastelum is really bad or Sean Brady has improved tremendously. I would like to think that Sean Brady has improved tremendously, but Calvin Gastelum is 32 years old. I think he's going to win this fight by unanimous decision against Daniel Rodriguez because D-Rod hasn't fought in a hot second. He has not fought for some time. His last fight was against Ian Machado Gary. That was March. No, that was May last year. So he hasn't fought for a year. I think Calvin Gastelum has also not fought for a year. So I'm going to go with Calvin Gastelum just because I think he's going to win. Who knows? Sergey Pavlovich, the White Ngannou. People were calling him White Ngannou at one point of time. He's going to fight against Alexander Volkov. Now they're both Russian, so this will be interesting because two Russians are fighting each other. And Sergey Pavlovich has more power. Alexander Volkov is a more technical fighter. He has better kicks, he has better boxing, but Sergey Pavlovich has power, and the power is the answer to most of the questions that Alexander Volkov brings to this match. Alexander Volkov is, I think, on a good winning streak. Yes, he's on a 3-fight winning streak. He defeated Jarzinho Rozenstruik, Alexander Romanov, and Taito Iwasa. And to be honest, three of these fighters are not very good fighters compared to Pavlovich. So I'm going to go with Pavlovich by power because he has a lot of power. He might win this fight by a crazy knockout. So I'm going to go with Sergey Pavlovich. Okay, now the main event itself. Robert Whittaker is fighting against Ikram Aliskerov. Who do I think is going to win this fight? Well, Robert Whittaker was supposed to fight against Khamzat Chimaev, and he was prepared for Khamzat Chimaev. He even said that in one of his interview that he was prepared for Khamzat Chimaev. He had a game plan ready. Now he has to change that game plan for Ikram. And this is going to be the biggest fight of Ikram's career. And he's also fighting in Riyadh. That brings a lot of questions. I'm going to say that Ikram is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. I think Ikram is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. Yeah, I think so. Or maybe he will finish Robert Whittaker by a surprise knockout. That can happen. The reason I say this is because Robert is getting pretty old. He did defeat Paulo Costa. He's 33 years. He's actually not that old. But the fact is he has been through a lot of hardcore fights. Like he has been through 2 fights against Yoel Romero, 1 fight with Paulo Costa. He has been he has fought against Jared Cannonier. He has fought against Israel Adesanya twice. So he has fought everybody. Robert Whittaker has fought everybody. And as far as Ikram Aliskerov is concerned, I haven't seen much from him in UFC. He's ranked number 17 worldwide. Robert is ranked number 4 worldwide. So Robert is definitely much better complete fighter than Ikram Aliskerov. But Aliskerov has good grappling. But he's in his UFC, I think he has mostly done. We have not seen him use his grappling. We have only seen him use his striking. Yes. Yeah, that was Contender Series. In the Contender Series, he did win by a Kimura, but that doesn't count. And he fought against Warley Alves in his last fight. That was by a flying knee. And who else did he fight? Didn't he fight someone after Warley Alves? I don't know. He was supposed to fight against Anthony Hernandez. That would have been an interesting fight. See, on paper, skill to skill, Robert Whittaker is a much better fighter than him. But I don't know. Because for some reason, I just feel like this will be an upset. I think Robert Whittaker should be the favorite. If Robert is not the favorite, then I'll pick Whittaker. I have no idea who's going to be who's the favorite in this fight. But I think Ikram Aliskerov is too young. He's really young at this point of time. He's just 31. And I think he might win this fight by a crazy, weird split decision. Maybe, yes. That is what I think. I think on paper, Robert should win this fight, but just by sheer luck and some sheer weird coincidence, Ikram Aliskerov is going to win this fight by a split decision. Okay, I guess that is my prediction, guys. I'll repeat my prediction once again so that okay, these fights I have no idea. Rinat is going to win this fight by a unanimous decision. Shara Magomedov, again, unanimous decision, maybe. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Ozdemir, I have no idea. Muhammad Naimov versus Felipe Lima, I have no idea. Kelvin Gastelum versus D-Rod, I'm going to pick Kelvin Gastelum. Sergey Pavlovich versus Alexander Volkov, I'm going to say Sergey Pavlovich by a crazy knockout. Crazy weird knockout, or maybe Alexander Volkov by, I don't know, again, he might also win by knockout. This is heavyweight, so anything can happen in heavyweight fights. Robert Whittaker versus Ikram Aliskerov, I'm going to go with Ikram Aliskerov by a weird split decision. I guess that's it. And if you enjoyed this video, then drop a like. And please subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of this year. And peace out.